Hey everyone, I thought I would share with you guys today a little bit of how we're doing in school. I am kind of up and down. I don't know, like we have switched back to unit studies because I found that that seems to be the only thing that keeps their interest, but I have to make it short. Like each unit study, it cannot be longer than a week, because if it is longer than a week, then my kids get bored and lose interest really, really fast. So right now we're doing weekly unit studies. This week we are doing owls. And I'm going to walk you through basically how I plan that and what we're doing in addition to that and what has been working and what has not been working. Just for a homeschool update, I guess. So this week for owls, I am using the Organized Life Planner. This is the homeschool from the homeschool pack. I on this part list what unit we're doing, possible projects for it, and then what we need as far as supplies. Now, most of this I already have all of this because it's this week, but I already have it. But if I need to buy it, I will either put a star or I'll put a section that says to buy or something, and then I list what I need to print off, which actually these are done now. I need to check that off, but that's beside the point. Okay, now getting into our actual schedule. So we're doing 4-day school weeks for the most part for several reasons. Number one, it's easier for me. Number two, it keeps their interest. And number three, it just so happens that there is always a day where we're gone, like for the better part of the day. And fitting homeschooling a full day into it is just not working. So we're doing a 4-day week. And on our off day, we will do either ABC Mouse, because I got like a free couple of months on that, and the kids seem to really enjoy that. Or we'll go to the library, or we'll go to the park, or something like that. This week it's just happens to be grocery day, and that's why we have that day off. But we will be doing ABC Mouse that day for at least a half an hour, probably a little longer. And I make sure they do at least one thing from the learning path. Otherwise, they'd be in there messing with the silly little hamsters and fish the whole time. Anyway, okay. So we're still doing Hooked on Phonics. That is going really super well. Bethany is in a new book, and I have the lessons written down. Mariana is almost through with the alphabet, although I'm still probably going to kind of stick to the alphabet because she's still having trouble with like sounds and remembering exactly which letters are which and how to write them for some of them. She's picking up really well, but I don't think she's ready to move on to actual reading yet. So once she has completed the alphabet, we're going to go to something else, probably like easy peasy homeschool curriculum or something. I don't know. Anyway, for math this week, Bethany will be reviewing money. She's already done her addition and subtraction and counting and skip counting and time and stuff like that. So now we're going to review money. And then I'm hoping here in the next couple of weeks, we'll either go to Roman numerals or place value, which she seems to have trouble with. So I'm not sure which we'll go to. We'll see. Anyway, and then for the unit study, again, we're doing owls. The first day is usually an overview, and we go over either the life cycle or something like that. That's usually how I start it, if it's a living thing. Otherwise, it's just like an overview of the history of what it is and stuff like that. And then the next day will be what they eat. Wednesday, they won't have anything because, again, it's our off day. And then we're going to do anatomy and then the different species of them. And then we're going to go over what their favorite part of the week was. And then for Bible, we read aloud a chapter in the Bible. And then we have a memory verse, which is over here. It's taken from the alphabet. I think it's Abeka. I'm not really sure. My mom gave it to me. So we're using that. And we're going to work on that. I did put the actual like entire verse because I think they can do it. We're doing it for more than a week. We actually did this verse last week and we're just going to do it until we know it or until they know it. And then we're going to start working on the books of the Bible as well. So that they know the order of the books of the Bible. And we're going to start learning Genesis through Leviticus, I think, the whole week. That way, all 3 of them, I was going to say 4, but Charity can't talk. We'll have that down, hopefully, by the end of the week. And what I like about this particular planner, I think I said it in the overview a little bit, is that it has an overview of what went well and what did not go well. Oh, this one doesn't have what did not go well. That's on the actual weekly. And then other ideas for next week. So that's kind of cool. I love this planner. And then how I pick our unit studies. I have an entire list written out of things that they have told me they wanted to learn about or things that I think would be interesting to learn about. And when we go over it or when I have it planned out, I cross it out. Like next week. Actually, it may not be next week, but I have it planned out. We're going to do a unit on chocolate. That one I'm super excited about. But I think they want to do baking instead, so we might do that. And then we'll do chocolate later. And then like nocturnal animals, habitats. We have paper, rocks, dinosaurs, you know, things like that. Just little things that they ask about that I'm like, we could do a study on that. And I write it down, and that's how I do that. Okay, so once I have an idea of what our unit is going to be about, I will search like Pinterest and Google and any resource I can find on the subject and write out a lesson, kind of in like report style. I always feel like I'm back in school because I feel like I'm writing a report every time I plan a unit. And then I take what I've got and I stick it in here. I don't remember where I got this from. It is so old and very worn down. This was actually my first filing cabinet before I upgraded to an actual filing cabinet. I've had it for about 8 years. I want to say I got it at Walmart, but it really needs to be replaced. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I'm sure it costs more now. Anyway, okay, so I write our lessons in my nifty little one subject notebook that my kids decorated. I keep anything that we do every day in the front. Like we always do a calendar just so they can mark off a day because they love doing that, and we always decorate it with stickers. They love that part. We do that at the beginning of the month. Any extra pages that I have, I'll stick in the front as well. I have their Hooked on Phonics books, and then any extras, like I said. And then we go into, it has, I think, 5 tabs, and I have them labeled Monday, Tuesday, it's in there somewhere, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Somewhere. There it is. And then I take, as it drops, I'm out of focus. I'm trying to get it to focus and it's not working. Focus. Oh, I hate cameras sometimes. Okay. Bless you. I take all of our paperwork. That includes like books that go with the Hooked on Phonics, stuff for the day. I will cut anything that needs to be cut that I don't feel like letting them cut. all of our math pages, all of our phonics pages, anything and everything that we have to do will be in these folders. As you can see, I color coded it for them because they can't read. Well, they can, just not very good. Do I have two of those? Oh, I know what I did. So I even took the time this week to separate so that I don't have to do it later. So all I have to do is grab the two and hand it to one kid, and then grab the two and hand it to one kid. I forgot I did that. And then we have math papers again, and phonics papers, and so on and so forth. And that is how I do that. I do let them cut some, but if I let them cut everything, I would be there all day long. So I cut some. So I do cut some of it so that we're not there all day. Excuse the mess. My office is a wreck right now. My kids ruined it again. Anyway, okay. And then we have this bin. It's got our pencil boxes, although the only one that's filled right now is this one. And anything else that we need, like paper bags. We're going to do a paper bag pocket this time. Hold on. And then we have glue, although most of it's in my bedroom because the kids decided to have fun with it. And I usually have scissors too. I'm not sure where they are. We're going to have to find those. Again, my kids have been in my office. I'm not too used to it. And then extra papers, like gray extra papers, are stored in here and labeled. So like these here in the back are for other units. This one's sticking up because it's separating one because I ran out of the page protectors and have to get some. But and that is basically how I organize our homeschool stuff. It's pretty simple. Not too complicated, not too frilly or genius, but it works. So there's that.